Namaste, dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to today's evening session and continuing our journey into the quality of weak compassion. This brings us to day 67 of our journey of Being Heartful Every Day program as well. Before we dive into our inspirational reading for the day, quick reminder to share the masterclasses with someone you feel can get benefited from heartfulness practice, and also sharing the link for Being Heartful Everyday sessions. If somebody can be your buddy in that as well, you can share it with your friends and family as well. So with that, let's continue our inspirational reading, where we are reading the user guide, The Art of Removing and Creating Habits. So far, we have read in this article written by Daji about yamas, niyamas. We have also explored the idea of the role of yoga in creating habits. And today we are going to continue reading at the scientific aspect of it. And this is where we left yesterday. The neuroscience and psychology of habit formation. I think habit formation, or getting rid of habits which we really want to do, few of them, and keep on coming back to a situation when we realize our mind understands that I need to stop this habit of mine, but somehow we reach a point where we are unable to do it. So let's read today what Daji shared with us, that what is the science and psychology of how habits form. This evolution of approach has coincided with a growing awareness of the science of habit formation and subconscious programming through the Western disciplines of psychology and neuroscience. We know that many of our habitual patterns are formed in early childhood and lead to automatic behaviors of which we are often not even conscious. For every conscious thought, we have at least 1 million subconscious thoughts. And our subconscious thoughts condition 95% of our activities. Unfortunately, most of the neuroscientific research has focused on the changes we see in the brain associated with happiness versus unhappiness, positivity versus negativity. In the light of ethical intelligence, however, we are looking far beyond our own self-centered need for happiness. We are rewiring for evolution, not just happiness. It will be interesting to see the findings of the research currently being done by heartfulness practitioners whose purpose in life is evolutionary. How does rewiring of evolution affect the brain? Many people think that meditation and yoga are for developing well being, health, peace, and happiness. But this is just the preparation for the first step. The mastering of our desires, dislikes, and inadequacies, and the connection with our inner reservoir of stillness that is like the eye of the storm. The yogic science of pranahuti. The shift in approach has also coincided with extensive research in field of yoga during the last 100 years. The development of simple yogic practices and the rediscovery of the ancient yogic technique of pranahuti, also known as transmission. Pranahuti is described in the Upanishads as pranasya prana. It was utilized in ancient times, but remained largely unknown for centuries until Ramchandra of Fatehgarh rediscovered, and mastered its use in order to help others transform. While meditation with transmission elevates us rapidly from the inside, melting away obstacles to progress and dismantling the very roots of our subconscious mental programming, we also need to modify our habits so that this inner transformation is matched by behavioral changes. Otherwise, there is no harmony between inner and outer. Our inner world may expand and evolve, but if our character and lifestyle lag behind, then we remain stuck, unable to move forward. And if we as individuals remain stuck, so does society. Becoming lotus like, the process of removal and refinement. The word yama has various meanings. In Sanskrit, it means regulation or self discipline. In Hindu mythology, the god of death is also called Yama. How is death intertwined with self discipline and refinement of lifestyle? The secret of self transformation is to let our own entangled mental and emotional complexities die in order to transcend I-ness and allow our consciousness to become universal. This is the death of individuality, of the ego. In meditation, we transcend the individual self so that we merge with the universal self and begin to resonate with the absolute. The idea of yama as death may sound morbid, but there is tremendous wisdom in removing unwanted complexities and transcending the I-ness of the ego. It is the death of our self created sense of identity, the layers of our persona. The ego can be very restrictive force, limiting us to a very rigid belief system. It can prevent us from remaining flexible and blossoming in new and open ways. But the methods are there to help us change all that. When we are able to let go of the things that no longer serve us, transcending the limitations of our belief system, the ego becomes our ally. We move from a limited focus on personal beliefs to being open to the universal consciousness. We will stop here with our today's reading and a perfect time for us to move on to our universal prayer as well. As one of the elements and tools of heartfulness practice, universal prayer gives us an opportunity to do something beyond what we are doing for ourselves and connect to that universal self where we all are connected as brothers and sisters. So at this moment, I'll request that all of us prepare ourselves with our eyes gently closed to connect deep into our inner self and prepare for universal prayer. Take a deep breath in to connect to your deep sense of inwardness. Connect to the divinity inside you, to that centered state. And let's prepare ourselves for universal prayer. Now gently bring the thought that all brothers and sisters are being filled with love and devotion, and real faith is growing stronger in them. अब अगले कुछ क्षणों के लिए हम अपना ध्यान इस बात पर केंद्रित करेंगे कि सभी भाई बहन प्रेम और भक्ति से भर रहे हैं और उनमें सच्ची श्रद्धा दृढ़ होती जा रही है। If you feel you are ready to come out of your prayer now, you can gently open your eyes. Thank you, dear brothers and sisters, for joining for today's session. Gentle reminder for your bedtime prayer and reflection for the day before you end the day. See you tomorrow at 6 a.m. Have a good night.